Hey everybody, welcome back to Silver's non-meta tournament number 3. This is Top Cut, so very interesting here. We have the second place player, which is Baloney TTV, and iPone, who is the third place player. And one of them, Baloney up at the top, is on Galaxy, and down at the bottom, iPone is on Unchained. So I've yet to see this match, so I'm going into it completely blind. So I am a little familiar with the Unchained cards, but I don't know all of them pretty much. I do understand the generic idea of the deck, so we're going to go ahead and get into this match. So it looks like Baloney is going to be opting to go first, which makes sense since he is playing the combo deck of the format. He draws into the One of Desires, which is actually really funny. Galaxy Brave is going to go ahead and special summon itself by revealing a Photon monster in the hand. So he can go ahead and get that to the field. Then he can normal summon this Vanisher, or actually not normal summon, special summon the Vanisher. And then he can go ahead and add a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from the deck to the hand. But that's going to go ahead and get hit with an Impermanence. Then Pot of Desires is going to be dropped here, banishing the top 10 cards of the deck. Drawing 2 cards. Let's see what he draws into. Looks like a Galaxy Soldier and a Trade-In, which honestly, I don't think that could get any worse or any better. So you can go ahead and use this Trade-In, discarding this Photon Dragon, which is really nice since he can just grab it back later with the Link Monster, and he can draw 2 cards. So drawing into a second Galaxy Soldier is kind of iffy here, but I mean, he does have at least one discard target, being the Photon Vanisher, so maybe this could go well. Looks like he's going to go ahead and do exactly that. Special summoning the Galaxy Soldier. Summoning it in defense mode properly this time. Searching Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Then he can use the second copy of Galaxy Soldier, sending it to the graveyard and summoning it to the field. Next, he has a lot of materials actually, so it looks like he can go ahead and go into Soulflare Dragon, linking off the Vanisher and the Brave. Then he can use the effect to add a Galaxy monster from the graveyard back to the hand. I'm assuming he'll add Photon Dragon in this, yeah, because it makes Soulflare Dragon a pop on the opponent's turn. He can target a special summon monster and pop it. Galaxy Knight is going to go ahead and come down, and he's going to go ahead and turn that, or use the effect to bring back Photon Dragon. Then he's going to go ahead and use... Looks like on Galaxy Knight's effect, he's going to hit it with Ogre, which is actually really good because it has to lose the 1,000 attack to summon back the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, which means that if it doesn't lose the attack value, the Photon Dragon can't be summoned back. So it looks like he's probably just going to go ahead. So yeah, this Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon should be in the graveyard because... Galaxy Knight's effect. Okay, so if we read it here, let's read it together real quick. So if summoned this way, target 1 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon in the graveyard. Obviously that was his target right here. This card loses 1,000 attack, and if it does, special summon that target. So this clause right here, and if it does, requires the 1,000 attack to be lost on Galaxy Knight. Since it wasn't lost, you can't special summon it. Because that's the secondary effect. This part has to happen, and then this part has to happen. That's how this card works. So unfortunately, they didn't realize that specific ruling, but it looks like Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon is normal summon or special summon from his hand by trading 2 or more monsters. I think I would have honestly preferred to keep or make Cyber Dragon Infinity and then just keep this in hand so I can have a discard with Soulflare Dragon. But for some reason, he's opting to go for the rank 8 play, which is a little bit interesting since this is only a monster negate, whereas Infinity is a anything negate, an Omni negate, and Soulflare is a pop. So he's basically taking 2 negates so that he can get a follow-up instead and a monster negate, or a negate and a pop into a monster negate and... a follow-up. So I guess like there is an argument, but I don't think so. Especially since this Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon shouldn't be on the field. This should definitely not be the card that he should have summoned. Anyways, he's going to go ahead and use Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord's effect to grab Trance to the hand. Then he can go ahead and his opponent's going to use Abomination's Prison, which is a 1-card like starter for this deck pretty much. So he's going to go ahead and add Aruha. And then since he has this Staple of the Unchained, he's going to go ahead and set it and then use this Ruha, I assume, to go ahead and pop it. That's going to get hit with the Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord, going ahead and hitting it, banishing it, or sending it to the graveyard. Then I believe he's just going to go ahead and normal summon the Sarama because Sarama can just pretty much bring back Prison, then pop it, and then he can get like a search. Because once this dies, you can special summon Unchained monster from the decks, which is really nice. And then he could just link off his opponent's cards. For some reason, he's opting to not do that. Even though Photon Lord's just a once per turn effect. So I'm a little intrigued on this. It looks like he's going to go ahead and use Sarama to attack into Soul Flare. I'm not sure if that was a misplay or if I'm just not seeing something. Or seeing something that he is seeing, because obviously he has this Abominable Soul, or like Unchained Abominable Unchained Soul. Sorry, I'm pronouncing it completely wrong, but I feel like it would just be better to just use Sarama to pop the Prison, and then just special the dog or whatever, the one with 3,000 defense, and then just link off his monsters. I don't see why he isn't doing that, because the dog has the effect to link off, I think. Unless I'm just missing something altogether. But Sarama is going to go ahead and kill itself. He's going to take 500 for damage. And then Sarama is going to go ahead and special summon an Unchained monster from the deck. Summoning the Soul. Yeah, this is a card I was talking about. I'm not sure why he didn't just use this. Unless if I'm missing something off of this effect. Because you can use each effect once per turn. So, I don't know. Anyways, Soul's going to be coming down. Then he's going to go ahead and link it off and bring out Rage. So at this point, he can just link off his opponent's cards during his turn, which is really nice. Drawing into the third Galaxy Soldier. I'm actually kind of surprised he didn't banish that off of Desires. So Soulflare Dragon's just going to go ahead and attempt to swing over Rage. And since it's not the opponent's main phase anymore, it's going to die. And then he can go ahead and target a Fiend monster in the grave and add it back to hand. So I assume that's what he's going to do. And he's also going to use this Unchained Abominable Soul to special summon itself. Sarama goes back to hand. And then at this point, since the chain is resolved, I believe he can just use this Unchained Soul to discard a card and target on the field and destroy it. I'm not sure if he's going to do that. So Baloney is wondering if they had a Link 3, and yeah, that's really interesting. Anyways, so they're just explaining the card effects right here. Galaxy Trance is activated here, paying 2,000 life points, targeting, I assume, the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Yep, that's exactly what he's going to do, and summon one from deck, which is Galaxy Knight, and then he can go ahead and probably Xyz summon with those, so we're going to see that. This is really interesting because if he goes for the Xyz monsters to pop cards, it's not really going to do a whole lot since the Unchained cards all float. So that's really funny. He's going to go ahead and still go into the Cypher Dragon. I guess he could steal the Soul here, which would be nice. That's exactly what he's going to do. But Escape of the Unchained is chained here to go ahead and target an Unchained card on the field and a different card on the field and pop bowls. So I assume he's going to get rid of the Cypher Dragon and his card as well. So Ipone draws for turn, drawing into Called by the Grave. He still has an amazing play with Sarama, so he's just going to go ahead and normal Sarama, use the effect targeting Escape, setting it to the field, destroying it because he can't destroy itself. And then Escape of the Unchained is triggered here to special summon an Unchained monster from the deck. So he might grab another copy of Dog here. That's why you play 2 copies. No, I think he specifically plays it specifically because he's playing a copy of Desires. Disaster's going to go ahead and link it off, and it looks like Baloney's just going to emit defeat. He just doesn't have any follow-up, and so he's just like, all right, yeah, I lose. So the grind potential of the Unchained deck is pretty insane. Going into game number 2, he's going to opt to go first yet again and see what he can do. And his hand is apparently really bad. So, or maybe, I'm not sure what just happened there. Did he just pass his turn? I think he just passed his turn. Very interesting. I'm not sure why he just passed it, because looking at his hand, he has pretty good plays, actually. I want to go through this. Galaxy Soldier can discard something out of the hand, probably the Photon Advancer, get itself search a card. Photon Vanisher can add a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from the deck to hand. And then he can use Expedition to special summon like a Galaxy Soldier, or use the Galaxy Soldier as discard fodder, or the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, right? So I guess he doesn't have a second light monster, but I don't think that's a big deal, since he could just use this Expedition. I mean, looking at this hand, I think the board he can end on, it was Cyber Dragon Infinity, Soul Flare with the Kaiju, and I'm not sure actually why he sided in the Kaijus, which is interesting, but he would have the Kaiju and the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon in hand. So that's at least 2 negates, or a negate and a pop. So I'm really interested as to why he didn't do that. So we're going to go ahead and see if Unchained can OTK. So Pot of Desires is activated here, banishing the top 10 cards of the deck and drawing into, looks like Aruha and Dark Hole. I'm actually really curious if he banished any of the dog disaster or whatever. Is it a dog? I don't know. I think that's what I've heard people refer it to, refer it as. Drawing Dark Hole for turn, that's not really going to do a whole lot, but I mean, I guess it's kind of nice since you can pop your own cards, so that's actually a really neat synergy. Aruha is going to go ahead and just swing for 15. He doesn't really have a whole lot of plays here since he didn't draw into the spells or traps, but that's fine. He's going to set this Call by the Grave and pass this turn. He has 2 copies of Effect Veiler, which is pretty nice here. He's just going to Kaiju the Aruha, which is understandable because Aruha has a floating effect, so that's nice. Galaxy Soldier is going to go ahead and discard Advancer. Galaxy Soldier's effect is going to be hit by a Veiler here, which is going to suck. Then Photon Vanisher is going to be activated here to search for Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, and that's going to get hit with a second Veiler, so that's a little unfortunate as well. He can still make Infinity here, which is nice because he can turn this Expedition into the Galaxy Soldier, and then make Infinity, suck up the this, and then at that point he's in a pretty good position. Hopefully he notices that. So he is going to use this Expedition, summoning a second copy of Soldier. Then he's going to make Nova, so I guess this is a right direction. Infinity, and Infinity is going to suck up the Kaiju. There we go. So this Infinity is sitting at, I believe, 4. There's 4 materials on it, so he should be at 2,900 right now. Then he can go ahead and use Galaxy Zero, targeting a Galaxy monster, and it summons it in an attack position, not defense position, but I don't think that he notices that. But yeah, it definitely is in attack mode. Galaxy Zero is, so that's going to be chained with the Call by the Grave. I'm not sure why he didn't just Infinity this. You could have just Infinitied and then just made like a Soul Flare, or made a rank 4 even. So I'm not sure why he didn't just chain Infinity. Whatever, that's fine. Battle phase, he's going to go ahead and swing for 29. And I assume this just can attack if you... I'm not seeing anything. Why can attack the turn it is special summon. There it is, right there. So obviously this Dark Hole is going to bait out the Infinity, and then I assume he has to follow up with Sarama. So that's actually pretty nice since he can bring back Aruha and pop it. So, or maybe he's going to start with the Aruha, since I guess if it gets negated with Infinity, then he floats. So I guess that makes sense. So he's going to bring it back and go ahead and pop it off to get Unchained Soul from the deck. And then he's going to go ahead and swing over Infinity. So, yeah. He probably should have negated the Aruha and Grave to special. I think that would just be smart, because cards in the graveyard can't be destroyed again since they're already in the graveyard. So I think that Infinity negating in the grave would have been smart, but he opts to not do that. Going into the battle phase, he's going to use Vanisher to swing over a Sarama, and that's going to be using its effect to bring out, obviously, a Chained Abominable Soul from the hand and a copy of Rikeya from the deck. Then he can go ahead and use the Soul's effect to pop the Vanisher. And at this point, that's obviously enough damage. That's 7,500, so that's enough for game. So he's going to go ahead and admit defeat there. Unfortunately, I think that was a lot of misplays on Baloney's part. Hopefully, if he watches this, he can like understand a couple of plays that would have been a little bit better, just like for a situation. I think obviously I'm not a Galaxy or a Photon expert or whatever, but I think that there were some obvious plays that probably could have been made. Obviously, like the Infinity negating the Call by the Grave was a huge misplay. He should have definitely negated that, as well as negating the copy of Aruha in the graveyard. That would have put him in a very rough position, especially because the Infinity could just suck up the Aruha, or not Aruha, the Sarama on his opponent's turn with the Infinity, and then at that point he can attack for the I think it's like 2,000 or something, and he would be at 27, I think, the Infinity. So I'm pretty sure that would have been game since Ipona is at 46. And that would be completely playing around on Chained Abominable Soul. However, Dark Hole was in his hand, so if he used the Infinity negate, he could have just Dark Holed the field. So I guess we don't know the exact outcome of the duel if those two plays existed, but they are interesting to think about. With all that said, hope you guys enjoyed. This was a very interesting match to commentate and watch. So, yeah, I will see you guys in the next top 4 match, which includes myself playing Magispector and my opponent who is playing, I actually don't remember, I believe he's playing, I can't think of the name, Invoke Shadal, that's what it's called. So, I will see you guys in the next video.